Tonight at 6, how lawmakers are finding new ways to enforce Senate Bill 1 and what it means for students.
As the war in Iran continues, new U.S. troops are expected to deploy in the Middle East. We have the details.
And updates on the ongoing investigation at LaGuardia Airport. All these stories and more as Kent Stater TV starts right now.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Kent Stater TV. I'm Lexi Blatnick.
And I'm Sophia Lena. Thank you for joining us. We start tonight with breaking news.
That's right, Sophia. A USG candidate is facing federal fraud charges after being accused of participating in a multi-state scheme targeting elderly victims.
Hodol Tuhin is a sophomore at Kent State, running for senator of the College of Aeronautics and Engineering. Investigators allege that Tuhin acted as a money mule for scammers who impersonated government agents or tech support representatives to trick victims into withdrawing large sums of money.
Charges are still pending, and if convicted, Tuhin could face up to 20 years in prison. The story is still ongoing. For all the details and updates, visit kentstater.com.
Now in the state capitol, a new bill aims to enforce Senate Bill 1 policies across universities.
KSTV's own Lex Rady sat down with experts to go over the Compliance Supplemental Appropriation Act. Hi, Lex.
Sophia, Lexi, that's right. A statewide faculty group is speaking out against House Bill 689 and launching a petition asking lawmakers to reject it.
We have a petition on House Bill 698. This is a way to capture the strength of the opposition to House Bill 698 and be able to share that with legislators.
The bill would tie some of the funding public universities receive to whether they're following Senate Bill 1, meaning schools have to prove they're in compliance or risk losing that money. It also requires schools to submit regular reports showing they're following the law. Supporters say it's about accountability, but critics say it may not be needed.
I know firsthand that Kent State University is doing absolutely everything it can do and needs to do in order to comply with SB 1.
But Smith says doing more to prove compliance could come at a cost.
Among the things that House Bill 698 would do is to put in a whole bunch of additional reporting requirements. And this is essentially an unfunded mandate that takes away from the educational mission.
The concern, more time and money spent on compliance instead of the classroom.
That means less money to invest in things that are student facing. So that's a serious problem that will eventually impact students.
The Ohio AAUP says that tying funding to compliance could create new pressures for universities. These pressures could ultimately impact students.
It absolutely impacts students. It impacts the quality of education they can get. It impacts whether or not their programs even continue to exist and if their majors will be eliminated.
Now, the bill is still being debated at the State House with its future remaining unclear. For KSTV, I'm Lex Rady.
Thank you, Lex. Now, a new bill may prohibit undocumented immigrants from driving in Ohio. Under House Bill 722, any undocumented driver found on the highway will be charged with a first-degree misdemeanor, a charge that can result in a $1,000 fine and 180 days in jail. The Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles must verify someone's residency before issuing a license. However, there are national efforts to allow undocumented immigrants to get a valid driver's license.
Weather officials say that temperature records could break this week. Forecasters are predicting that the U.S. will experience hotter weather than usual, with some areas seeing 20 to 40 degrees above normal temperatures.
Though the warm weather may be welcome, some western communities face the risk of wildfires and water supply shortages.
Well, Lila, we have Lila Schaefer-Hughes in studio to give us some weather updates. Now, I know it was mild today.
It was.
I mean, I walked outside and I was like, oh my God, this is better.
I didn't even need
can
my
walk.
coat today.
Yeah.
I threw that coat away.
Insane. But what do you have for weather updates for us?
Well, I can say that it's going to get a little bit warmer tomorrow, but that warmness comes with some thunderstorms.
No.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. I'll show you what I mean. So as we look at today, it's going to be 59 degrees and the wind chill is going to make it a little bit colder, the feel-like temperature being around 55 degrees. But this morning, earlier today, we started off with a little bit of showers, and as we got earlier on throughout the day, turned into partly cloudy. So any of that rain just dissipated, and that was pretty nice. But as we look forward to the hourly, we had 56 degrees at 8 p.m. So still sticking with like the upper 50s. That's pretty good range. Not really a coat weather. I'd say like a light jacket. Pretty nice. And as we move forward to 10 p.m., we dip from 56 to 54, just a 2 degrees drop. Not too bad. When we're sticking with a little bit chance of rain. So very nice night. Probably going to see some stars if you want to go out and stargaze. And as we look forward to tomorrow, we're going to see some storms, but I'll tell you about that later. All right, folks, that's all that I have for you right now. Stay tuned to see the surrounding temperatures of Ohio and the extended weekly forecast. Back to Sophia and Lexi at the desk.
Thank you, Lila. As the war with Iran continues, about 1,000 U.S. troops are soon to be deployed in Iran in the coming days.
Meanwhile, President Donald Trump is saying a deal to end the war is in sight. CNN Lee Waldman has the details.
Airstrikes continue in the Middle East. A residential area in Tehran was hit, according to the Iranian Red Crescent. In central Israel, at least 9 people were hurt after an Iranian missile launch, emergency officials said. In the coming days, approximately 1,000 soldiers with the Army's 82nd Airborne Division are expected to deploy to the Middle East, according to 2 sources familiar with the matter. One of the sources said the brigade will be prepared to be called upon if needed.
They're serious about conducting some kind of a ground operation in Iran. Why else would you be sending the immediate ready brigade from the 82nd Airborne?
I would not support troops going into Iran, period. No ifs, ands, or buts, but I also want to be clear that this administration, at least in talks with us, has not voiced that they want that either.
This comes as President Donald Trump says the U.S. is winning this war and is close to ending it.
I can tell you they'd like to make a deal. And who wouldn't if you were there?
The U.S. has shared a 15-point list of expectations with Iran via Pakistan, 2 regional sources told CNN, who added that among the points included are limits on Tehran's defense capability, a cessation of support for proxies, and an acknowledgement of Israel's right to exist. However, Iran's semi-official news agency Fars is reporting Iran will not accept a ceasefire and believes it would not be logical for it to enter talks with the United States, citing a source with knowledge of the diplomatic activity. I'm Lee Waldman reporting.
Gas prices have plateaued after more than 3 weeks of increase. AAA says gas prices are averaging $3.98, a dollar more than a month ago, but the same price on Tuesday. The improvement comes after President Donald Trump expressed optimism about peace in Tehran is open to hearing a sustainable proposal. Iran is still impeding the flow of oil through the critical Strait of Hormuz.
In New York, officials are investigating the cause of a fatal airplane collision at LaGuardia Airport last Sunday.
That's right, Sophia. The National Transportation Safety Board revealed some missing parts that could have had a hand in the crash. CNN's Maribel Gonzalez has more.
There are transponders on other trucks at other airports, across the nation. In this case, they did not have transponders.
A transponder helps air traffic controllers identify and track vehicles on the airfield. Tuesday, the National Transportation Safety Board revealed the fire truck involved in Sunday's deadly collision with an Air Canada plane was not equipped with such technology. But that's not the only potential problem they've uncovered so far.
There are multiple layers of defense built in to prevent an accident. So when something goes wrong, that means many things went wrong.
The NTSB added the airport surface detection equipment didn't generate an alert ahead of the collision.
ASDX did not generate an alert due to the close proximity of vehicles merging and unmerging near the runway, resulting in the inability to create a track of high confidence.
Just 3 minutes elapsed between when the flight was cleared to land and when it collided with the fire truck.
You hear the pilot try to brake, and it was like a grinding noise. And then after that, it was a huge just boom, and we just all jolted out of our seats.
The NTSB says staffing in the control tower was standard operating procedure.
You would have 2 controllers in the tower cab during the midnight shift.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
A potential deal to end the Department of Homeland Security shutdown has not been successful. This comes after Democrats made their latest counteroffer this morning. Senator Bell Cassidy criticized Democrats, saying that they are not being reasonable and they are holding hostage the well-being of Americans.
They feel like they can hold a hostage and get more gain. And it doesn't matter that people are suffering in our country or theirs, or they keep moving the goalpost. It sounds a lot like they feel like they've got a good Strait of Hormuz. They can choke point travel, this time for the American people, to achieve their political goals. That's tragic.
Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said the offer was present this morning, saying that it was a reasonable and good faith proposal. The offer includes reforms to immigration and customs enforcement, a constant point of discussion among lawmakers. If the vote is successful, the bill would be amended to reflect their proposal to fund all the DHS except ICE enforcement and removal operation division.
In California, tech giants YouTube and Meta will pay $3 million. This comes as a jury found both companies liable on all counts of purposely addicting a young woman to their platforms, damaging her mental health. This decision could set a precedent for similar cases currently in the court systems. Meta said the company will consider its options, which suggests an appeal is likely.
Up next, Cultural and Coffee meet up today to highlight one country and its students.
Good morning. Hope you all had a good weekend and are ready to be inspired. One quick thing I want to remind you guys to be studying.
Major key alert. Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Class, today we're talking about inspirational quotes.
You want to get that paper? You better turn in that paper and get an A+. That's a major key. Another one. Mogul talk. You want to reach the mountaintop? You got to go hard. To succeed, you have to believe. Stay focused. Fly higher than the eagle. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote from recent history?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Welcome back. Today, Kent State's Global Center hosted its monthly cultural cafe. This time, students were taken to Rwanda.
That's right, Lexi. KSTV's very own Amanda Nishelli was there to experience a little bit of Rwanda's culture. Amanda, tell me everything.
It was great. The food was awesome, but I sadly did not bring any food back. It was also good that it was all gone by the end. Students got to try real Rwanda cuisine and hear from presenters stories about their home country.
As international students, we should be representing our country.
I wanted to teach people more about our history and traditions because we don't tend to really participate a lot, unfortunately, in like culture-related events, and I felt like today, just like strictly being Rwanda, it'd be like very informative.
Both presenters were excited to show the resilience of their country and the culture that grew because of the hardships faced, highlighting how after the 1994 genocide, the population was encouraged to forgive and recover from the damage instead of wallowing in the pain caused by it, with many traditions revolving around the history of Rwanda and on the lessons learned from it.
Initiative every year called Kwibuka, where we remember about our history, and I feel like in a way teaching people like every year about it show you that this should not happen again. So like with Kwibuka, we also like add the initiative never again.
With the intention of showing the main differences between the culture and when compared to the U.S., the presenters focused on the way Rwandan people tend to look at the good parts of their community, centering their attention in their families, friends, and loved ones in general.
Love was taught to the generation that came after the 1994. No kind of revenge or anything. The government did not support any of that. No revenge was done, but unity and reconciliation. So I think that's something that the world could practice more.
Rwanda Cultural Cafe brought students the chance to try traditional food from the country represented, get explanations about the traditional clothing worn, and small details that only a local would know. For KSTV, I'm Amanda Nishelli.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
Welcome back, Flashes. We'll take a look at the future forecast to see if it will warm up. But first, let's look at Ohio's temperatures right now. So we can see that Akron, right up here, it's 55 degrees. We get a little bit of the cold effect from the lake, so it's chilly. But if we look down in Cincinnati, it's 70 degrees, so it's like a 20-degree difference across the state. And if we lean in closer to northeast Ohio, we can see about the same temperatures, still upper 50s, pretty good. You don't really need a coat in this weather. It's pretty nice. As we look forward to the rest of the week, tomorrow, expect rain to roll in around 2 p.m. and the storms to start hitting around 5. So bring your umbrella. And I mean, hey, I heard Bigfoot's out and about, so if you want to go Bigfoot stalking on like the weekend, that's pretty nice weather to do that. And as we look forward to Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I would really bring that umbrella again. There's a pretty high chance of rain with warmer temperatures. That was a look at your full forecast for the week. Be sure to stay tuned with KSTV. I'm Lila Schaefer-Hughes, and that was your Wednesday weather.
We're on a 5-game losing streak. Find out if they can come out of their slump against the Cavs after the break.
What are you doing, Kevin? Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man, let's put a ride home.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. if I'm really free. Take me down to the river and walk.
Hey there, welcome to
Kent
Kent Core.
Core.
Kent Core.
To Kent Core.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
With Major League Baseball's opening day just one day away, ballparks are rolling out different foods for fans to enjoy throughout the season.
That's right, Lexi. The Nationals have the Capital Slugger, a half-smoked sausage with chili, fried jalapenos, and fried onions. Diamondbacks fans can enjoy a salted caramel milkshake with Kit Kats and Cracker Jacks on the top.
And it only gets fancier. Visitors at Dodger Stadium are able to enjoy a cochachina pibil bone marrow taco. But that's kind of crazy. Ryan, what's the craziest food you've had at a ballpark?
Well, I'm from Cincinnati, so I'm going to have to go with the Skyline Cheese Coney. But happy Wednesday, everyone, and we are in the heart of spring sports season. This is one of the best times of the year with March Madness and the MLB starting up, so let's get started to keep you updated. Speaking of the MLB, opening day starts for every team throughout the day tomorrow. The Cleveland Guardians will begin their season at the Seattle Mariners for a big opening matchup. Seattle is one of the best teams in baseball last year and will be looking to get back to the ALCS. The Guardians will be looking to start off their season hot with a big win. You can catch this game at 10 p.m. tomorrow on MLB TV. Now let's move on over to college basketball. March Madness returns tomorrow with the Sweet 16. The first game tomorrow begins at 7:10 with 2-seed Purdue versus 11-seed Texas, and then a big one at 7:30 with 9-seed Iowa and 4-seed Nebraska. Many people's brackets already busted, so you can just go ahead and watch some fantastic basketball. The winners of the Sweet 16 will advance to the Elite 8 on Saturday and Sunday. And now over in the professional ranks of the NBA, Seattle and Las Vegas are being discussed as potential new future expansion teams. The League Board of Governors approved a vote that will allow NBA officials to explore NBA expansions. Sources say the expansions could take place for the 2027 to 2028 season as the league aims for 32 teams. Seattle has not had an NBA team since 2008 as the Supersonics relocated to Oklahoma and changed their name to the Thunder. And now let's go ahead and move on to the NBA with the Orlando Magic traveling to the Cleveland Cavaliers for a big matchup. And now early on, the Magic had a little bit of a lead. As you can see here, Javon Carter is going to get a buzzer beater three. What an incredible shot here as the end of the first quarter ends, as he is able to get nothing but net. An incredible shot as the buzzer goes off. And now Devon Mitchell's going to pass it over to Thomas Bryant, who dunks it and gets an and one. He had a great game off the bench with 9 points. And now Sam Merrill's got it. He's going to find a way to get to the rim, and it's not going to go in, but Evan Mobley with a put in. He had 19 in this one. He had a great game. Now the Magic have the ball again. They're down by a little bit, and a big dunk there by Jamal Cain. He had a great game as well, 17 points. Not going to complain there. And then you can see James Harden with a no-look behind-the-back pass for a wide-open three by Max Strauss. An incredible play. This is going to give the Cavs a lead, and a slim lead for the Cavs. Devon Mitchell with the ball. Can he find anything? The answer is yes, he can. The Cavaliers are going to win this one 136 to 131. And now the Cavaliers will return to action tonight at 7:30 against the Miami Heat. For more sports updates, check out the Kent State Sports Network on Instagram. Now for the rest of your Wednesday newscast.
Thank you, Ryan. For all the fans of Punch the Monkey, we have some great news after we did the break.
Did you know that children growing up with poor air quality have smaller lungs and higher rates of asthma than children that grow up with good air quality? And unfortunately, poor communities have poor air quality. IQ Air Foundation is working to change this. Today, the IQ Air Foundation provides filtration technology to schools with poor air quality through our Clean Air for Kids program. Our goal is to help over 50,000 school children every year breathe over 90% cleaner air indoors, helping to level the playing field, reduce barriers to learning, reduce sick days, and increase test scores. Mitigating poor air quality is key to environmental justice. Help Clean Air for Kids reach more children at IQAirFoundation.org.
Hey there, welcome to Kent Core.
Kent Core.
Kent Core. To Kent Core.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Stephen Colbert is adding another job on his resume aside from a late-night host. Colbert announced he is co-writing a new Lord of the Rings film alongside director Peter Jackson and Philippa Boyens. According to Colbert, he's been getting advice from his son, who's also a screenwriter. Colbert is a huge J.R.R. Tolkien fan. No details are released when the movie will be released, but Deadline reports the movie's name is Shadow of the Past.
Fans of Punch the Monkey may go ape after hearing this. Punch the Monkey has made a real-life friend. The internet fell in love with Punch after videos of him snuggling with a stuffed animal for comfort went viral. He was abandoned by his mother and later bullied by other monkeys in his habitat. But now, Punch is snuggling with another monkey named Mo, also a macaque monkey. I mean, what great news. I saw. Did you see the monk cried when I saw the original video of him kind of getting bullied? It was so sad, so I'm super excited.
I mean, I hope they continue to give us Punch the Monkey updates. I like his little fuzz. I hope he stays that small too.
Right.
But unfortunately, that is all the time we have for you today. Thank you so much for spending your Wednesday evening with us.
For more stories in your community, be sure to check out KentStater.com and vote for Best of Kent in that same website. I'm Sophia Lena.
And I'm Lexi Blatnick. Have a great night, Portage County.
Don't let E. coli mosh with your food. An estimated 3,000 Americans die from a foodborne illness each year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So always separate raw meat from vegetables. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
What are you doing in there?
What's that?
I wouldn't do that. What are you doing? What are you looking for?